Well, here we are with our last report on the Day 7 action, the team event, both for men and women. Annette Bohm, give us a little bit of insight into how things went.
Well, first of all, it was an exciting last day. We had exciting final matches, especially the finals. When we have a look to women, it was France against Mongolia, and I think for everybody before that final it was clear that France is the favorite, but Mongolia did it very well.
It was a bit of a surprise to have the Mongolian women in the final. If you just call the names of the countries, Mongolia wouldn't, immediately jump out at you. But when you look at the quality of fighters that they were able to put out and some of the performances that they had made, it wasn't such a surprise in the end, was it?
Yeah, that's right. And the first fight they won against Kazakhstan. Then in the second they won against Cuba. I mean, Cuba is also a very strong team. And then they won against the team from Poland, and into the final they lost. And it was an exciting final, I have to say this again, against France.
Poland were a bit of a surprise as well.
Absolutely, Poland. And they lost in the fight for the third place against Germany. So Germany won a bronze medal here. But I think so too, that Poland came so far was quite a surprise.
And one of the difficulties for some of the teams was that they had people fighting out of weight. For example, Daria Pogozelic from Poland. She had to fight at, they call it plus 70, but you were really fighting plus 78 kilo fighters, and I think that proved difficult for her.
Yeah, could be, same as Luise Malzahn. So they met in the final match, in the bronze match. They met each other in the plus. So I think, but that was a nice weight, not too heavy. I think that was perfect.
Yeah, so just to finish off on the Mongolia-France final, Mongolia kept in there right to the end. They ended up losing 2-3, so a close finish there.
Yes, absolutely. So it was Choi Meo in the end who took the decision, winning against Batulga, and a happy French team. And to mention that Clarisse Ekpeknenou won 2 gold medals at that World Championships. One at the individual and now one with the team. It's amazing.
I'm just wondering if there's anyone else that you can think of who won 2 gold medals here. I'll leave you with that thought whilst we take a look at the men's competition.
Men's competition. So the 2 bronze medals went to Germany and Georgia. Germany was very happy. They had a good fighting spirit today. The days before didn't work that well for the German team, except the 1 bronze medal for Karl Richard Frey. For Georgia, they are on the podium. They were on the podium, but still, I think they are disappointed from this whole World Championships.
Yeah, I think going home with bronze, especially from the team event. I mean, they came here as world team champions, defending their title that they've had for the last couple of years now, and they will be disappointed at not being able to go home with gold. It shouldn't be that big a disappointment, really, but they fancied themselves as being able to beat anybody. I think they probably thought that they would be able to face Russia in the final, but they came up against a very, very strong Japanese team in the semi-final, and they fell at that particular hurdle. As far as the final is concerned, give me your impressions on the final then.
Japan against Russia, and that was amazing. It couldn't be a better ending for this World Championships with Russia in the final. And the Russians did very well. They won their first 2 fights by Ippon, but then it changed.
Yeah, I was quite surprised to see both Ebinuma and Ono go over and to leave the Japanese really on a knife edge, because one more loss would have done it for them. And the difficult thing, on paper anyway, was that Nagase hadn't really shown a great deal, and he had to take on Habachirov fighting at home, who came out quite strongly. In the end, however, Nagase did it. Tell us about the really important fight, which was Baker Massieu and Magomed Magomedov.
Yeah, Baker Massieu was so under pressure because the Japanese needed this point, and he showed that he got really strong nerves with only 20 years, I think he is, and it was really exciting fight, but he did it. He did it in the end.
And the Japanese youngster finished off in style, a nice big wakikomi, and then finished off in osaikomi, off the area, but Magomedov couldn't get off it. This left Shichinue Ryo to take on Aslan Kambiev, who hadn't competed in the individuals and hadn't had one of the earlier rounds. There's a little bit of a risk that was taken by the Russian team, and it didn't pay off.
Yeah, exactly. Shichinue was the one who won that fight, and also took the gold medal to Japan.
All of this took place in front of Russian President Mr. Vladimir Putin, and I'd imagine that despite the fact that the Russian team didn't win, it was an exciting enough event. Everyone in the venue enjoyed it, and I hope everyone at home did. So just to finish on a roundup of the results: bronze medals in the women's event for Germany and Japan, silver to Mongolia and a gold to France. And then there were bronze medals in the men's event for Germany and Georgia. Russia took the silver and Japan the gold. That's a wrap-up of the team event from us.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye.